Oh, hey you. Did someone say they want a DANESSA MYRICKS Lightwork Volume 6 review? Did I hear someone say that? Because I thought I did. And here it is. Here's my review. This is the video that you've been wanting to see. In this video, I'm going to walk you through all of these colors in this palette. I'm going to swatch them all. I'm going to give you close-up 4K swatches of all the sparkles, of all the different shifts, of all the finishes and textures, all the good stuff that you guys love and come to this channel for. Of course, I'll also demonstrate how to use this palette, how to layer all these different finishes to create this very fun, whimsical look that's making me miss makeup, okay? It's making me miss eyeshadows, specifically colorful eyeshadows, but let me not give too much away in this intro. Let's actually get right into this video. Remember to subscribe if you aren't already, notification bell, and let's hit it. DANESSA MYRICKS Lightwork Volume 6, the Freedom Palette. Here we come. Alright, so we have a new palette from DANESSA MYRICKS Beauty. It is the Lightwork Volume 6 Freedom Palette, and the reason why it's called a Freedom Palette is because it comes with 18 gorgeous chromatic shades, and you can customize them to your liking. These are actually mini palettes that are magnetic. You can take them out. This little mirrored section is also magnetic, and it happens to be a topper for this cute little palette, and it comes with a travel pouch. Ta-da! How adorable is that? I love that. But if I'm gonna travel, which I am gonna travel with this palette, I'm gonna take the whole thing because this is stunning and I need it for every occasion, because to me, DANESSA MYRICKS eyeshadows are for every occasion, really. They're just so expertly, artistically picked. I love them. They're very, very chromatic. They're very shifty. They're so metallic. They're so fun. And they just add so much life and light to your look that I'm always eager to play with these shadows and these palettes. So needless to say, I'm excited for this. All right, let's go over the facts. This is an $128 palette. The Sephora app did have a preview on September 6th, and it is available on DANESSA MYRICKS Beauty on September 7th. Finger forward, brush optional. Transformative design that's fully magnetic and stackable. Wait a minute, you can stack these? Stop that right now. Hold on a minute. I could travel with this like this. This is genius. This is génial, as the French say. Oh my god. I am kind of obsessed. But then again, this is kind of better than the larger format. Why would I even want to keep it like this? I guess for a makeup artist, this is better because you can see all the shades. But for someone like myself, a makeup enthusiast, and a DANESSA MYRICKS Beauty fan, I would totally utilize the more compact version. That's amazing. I love that. All right, now to take them apart without actually getting my fingers in them is a little bit tricky, but I got it. Better do it outside of the palette than inside the palette. Boom. All right, let's see what else. 3 curated color stories, 18 mesmerizing illuminating pigments for eyes, face, and lips. This is a limited edition palette. Oh my gosh, and I believe that even the pans are removable if need be. So you can probably take out the single shadows and you can customize them inside of a magnetic palette if you so choose. So that's really good. That's really, really nice for a working makeup artist, especially someone who works with, oh, I don't know, celebrity clientele. I feel like this is giving red carpet glam. Yeah, I think I should go ahead and swatch all of these before I actually apply them to my eyes, face, lips, and create a look. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you a close-up of what that looks like. Okay, my hair is crazy right now, actually. So don't mind it, because I was trying the heatless curler rod, and I took out my hair a little bit too early, so now it's very poofy, not so cute. But back to these swatches. I'm gonna pop them up big for you, but I did want to mention that upon the swatches, I noticed that there are several different formulas. Obviously, all of these are mesmerizing, so beautiful, very, very sparkly. Not all of them are actually chromatic. Some have a shifty sparkle. Others have kind of like a satin glow, in fact. I noticed that these 4 darker shades here, the blue, the 2 purples, and this wine brown, kind of have this iridescent, almost like an oil slick vibe to it. So these are different from the rest. I also noticed that this shade, and a couple of these gold ones here in the center have a very oily, very shiny kind of finish. Some of these are almost wet to the touch. So there are varieties in these finishes. I would say my favorite colors of the bunch are probably these white sparkly tones because they're all so unique and different. This very first one is like the most fairy tale-like, gorgeous, sparkly, princessy type of shadow. I really love it. This blue right here is so mermaidy, and all of these just have an indescribable kind of vibe to them that basically I'll just have to show you as I apply them on. So looking at these colors now, part of me actually wanted to rearrange some of the whiter shades that you see here and put them all into one palette, and then take all the purples and the pinks and put them in another palette. But now I kind of like this vision, and I understand why each one goes with each one, so I'm not gonna do that. I'll leave it as is. So in this video, I'm actually gonna attempt to create a single eyeshadow look using all of these sparkly, chrome, metallic, or satin finish shadows, all from this one palette. And I'm thinking I want to concentrate on the purple tones. So first things first, I'm gonna grab like a bunch of smaller eyeshadow brushes. Of course, you could also use fingers. I'm gonna grab this tiny E5 Mario brush. I'm gonna dip into this purple shade here. And I am gonna use this mirror because it's so convenient and so cute. I don't have any primer on my lids. I just have some powder. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to kind of trace out my eye socket, which will then give me a much larger lid space. I also find that with age, my lid space has started to look larger just because the eye socket area has become a little bit more sunken. And so my eye shape has changed, but I don't mind it. That actually makes it much easier to apply eyeshadow and a little bit more enjoyable too. So you see how this first shadow has this satin quality to it? Like, you've seen this kind of shadow before. It's not really that unique and different, but it's nice to have it in this palette because it's one of those eyeshadows that is actually surprisingly very wearable, which is why I'm popping it right into my eye socket. I'm gonna wing out just the outer section a little bit on both sides. And of course, if you want to make this more vibrant, more purple, you can always use a black base. All right, I'm gonna grab another brush. This one is from Fashion Nova Beauty. And I still have my swatches on my arm just because I wanna see what these finishes are so I can remember and memorize them. I'm gonna dip into the pink now. Pink has a very similar finish and a very similar kind of muted quality, which I appreciate. So I'm gonna use that to create a bit of a gradient, a bit of a shift from the purple, and to blend that out a bit. I'm also gonna apply some on the outer lower lash line, the inner corner, and the inner lower lash line, like that. It's been a minute since I've played with eyeshadows, and every time I go back, I realize how much I miss it. Now I'm gonna take a clean, stiff brush, and I'm gonna just wipe some of these edges here to make sure I don't look like I have a black eye, because that can definitely happen with purples. So now, for the center of the lid, I really loved this shade right here. This was like pale, silvery lavender, wet sparkle moment, and it just deserves to be all over my lid, specifically in the inner 2/3 like that. That looks really cool. Oh yeah. And then for the outer corner, I definitely want to dip into the darkest shade here. This one feels like ink. It swatches crazy, it goes on forever. And this is definitely a dramatic color, and I'm gonna pop that right to the outer third of the lid, eye socket, and kind of blend that in, like so. That looks insane. And then I'm gonna layer a bit more of that lavender silver. Oh my God, that just looks so cool. So insanely cool. All right, back to the sparkly shadow to blend that in a little bit better. Ah, so good. Oh, who is she? Who is she? Okay, so that's essentially my base, if you will. I'm gonna clean up my hands. So next I'm gonna take a tiny little brush and I'm gonna add something different. I'm gonna go for this beautiful shade here, this gorgeous turquoise Princess Jasmine shade. That's what it reminds me of. And I am going to add that to the center of my lower lid. And also here. You kind of can't see it, but it's there. It's peeking through. I'm gonna pick that up on a finger. You see how pigmented it is? I'm gonna add that right to the very center, like that. Because that just completely changed up the vibe of this look. I know I was going for purple, but my whole idea is to play with as many colors as possible because they're all meant to be played with and they're all meant to be taken very freely, which is why it's the Freedom palette. I love the way that looks. Kind of reminds me of those days when makeup was fun, not gonna lie, and I most certainly miss those days. All right, so now I wanna do something for the inner corner and also the brow. I wanna add some sparkle, and I am thinking that my favorite sparkle, this one right here, which has a mix of purple and gold, and it kind of shifts turquoise as well. It's so unique. I'm gonna add a touch of that to the inner corner, and then kind of into the brow bone like that. Boom. So now I'm thinking I've lost a little bit of that purpleness, so I'm gonna go back with the pink, the second shade that I used. I'm gonna bring back a little bit of pink, kind of like that, and kind of like that. And then with my not so clean brush, clean up the edges just a little, keep it kind of under the brow. But honestly, that looks really cool. I'm gonna dip into this shade. This one is a shift from periwinkle to a teal, and that's exactly what I'm looking for to add right here in between the dark deep purple and that teal. This is the shade that is screaming to be right there in between those two, kind of marrying them together. I mean, I need to go somewhere. Tonight, at this point, I think I may be done with the palette, but in order to create this look, I should actually probably complete this look and make it into something wearable. All right, I know exactly what to do. I have been eyeing this Hard Candy multi-chrome eyeliner in the shade Electro Pop. It's just been sitting here waiting for me to pop it open. I think today's the day. Ooh, this feels so cool and cold on my lid. All I wanna do is create that wing and just line the top lash line so that everything is cohesive. Boom. She's not playing tonight. I'm gonna use one of my favorite mascaras, the CoverGirl Cleantopia in Extreme Black. Oh yeah, kind of going for a messy, voluminous lash look. Holy shit, that looks so pretty. Mascara to the bottom lashes. Yeah. And I'm gonna add this long wearing gel liner in this dark navy blue. This is from About Face. I'm gonna add that to my waterline just to make my eye even more intense. And I like the fact that this is a dark navy as opposed to a black. So it kind of works with that purple and with everything else that I have going on. Of course, I'll show you a close-up. There's a lot of fallout here, by the way, because in the making of this look, I wasn't exactly careful. I was actually quite messy, but that's fine. All right, so that is the eye look. It looks mesmerizing, to say the least. I'm super, super pleased with it. Just thinking I need something a little bit iridescent for the lips. Ah, yes. I'm gonna blot off the lip oil that I have on my lips right now. Okay, so I just blotted off the lip, I relined, and what I wanna do is go back to the palette, actually. I wanna go back to the palette, and I wanna add this very unique white shade to my lips. Oh, it's green. Never mind. It pulls very, very green. I'm not gonna do that. Let me go with something pinky. How about this one? Way better and exactly what I was going for. I'm gonna add that just to like the border of my mouth and also to the center of my bottom lip. And then I'm gonna add my Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Maximum Plump Lip Gloss on top, which also has just a hint of iridescence. Oh my God, exactly what I was envisioning. So now let me go ahead and show you a close-up. My phone is literally on 4%. First, here's the shifty eye look. And now the shifty lips. What do we think? I tell you what I think. This palette single-handedly made me miss eye looks. Yes, it made me miss creative eyeshadow looks that are colorful, that are vibrant, that are summery and fun, but for all seasons. And basically, I give thanks to DANESSA MYRICKS and team for always being at the forefront of innovation, at the forefront of beauty trends, and for bringing certain excellent trends, timeless trends at that, like colorful eyeshadow, back with just this one palette. Definitely traveling with me. I really, really appreciate the innovation in the design, the thought that went into this. I mean, granted, $128 is a steep price to pay, but if you are a makeup artist, you would do yourself a disservice if you didn't have a palette like this in your arsenal. Those are just my thoughts, possibly because I just love feeling like an artist. I love feeling like I'm playing with colors and textures and different finishes and lights and darks. It makes me feel like a kid again. And I think I say this in pretty much every single one of my reviews, especially my DANESSA MYRICKS eyeshadow palettes reviews. That's just the feeling that it brings out of me, and I can't help but notice. And I can't deny it either. So do with that information what you will. On that note, I am going to end this video. Peace out. I'm out. Check out more videos over here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.